This is Mindhub with Lauren Ashley, presented by Kokoropsyche, episode 2. What's up? Welcome. I'm your host, Lauren, and if you didn't know already, this podcast is filled with 3 main goals. First, to wake you up to your world that surrounds you. 2, to help you nurture the connections between your heart, mind, body, and soul. And 3, to instill within you an unwavering faith in your personal power and limitless potential. If that's sounding good to you, I say let's get straight into it. Hey. Who am I? Fat Albert? Oh my God. Hey guys, I hope your week has been great. I hope you've been surrounding yourself with peace and love. And I hope that you're continuously releasing that deeply embedded, fear and doubt, and removing those intrusive thoughts consciously from your head, and just being your biggest fan, not sleeping on yourself, and creating a life that's worth living. I hope you're doing all that for yourself and then some. I'm glad you're here. So let's go ahead and get straight into that daily affirmation. So how we do it is we take that deep breath in and release. I am who I am, not who they think I am, not who they want me to be. I am me. Okay, now hold on. I really love that affirmation. I'm not going to say like no one's ever thought of it before, but it definitely came to my head when I was drafting episode 2, and I just love it because yes, I am me. Keep all them labels and I'm me. I'm who I say I am, and that's that. So I definitely love that. And so let's take our releasing breath. I almost forgot about that. And that affirmation is received. All right, guys. So I hope you're ready because we're diving straight into this week's episode. How to be yourself. The power of standing in your truth. And also make sure y'all look into that official Kokoropsyche launch date. There you'll have access to various mental health, spiritual health resources, many for the free, okay? And our product launch coming at a later date. Very excited for that. You guys will be able to have access to various anxiety relief products that I'm also excited for. So, we're going straight into our community segment, off the chest, okay? I don't know why I'm saying things 3 times in this episode. I'm going to stop. So for my newbies, Off the Chest is our segment that directly involves our community members, and hopefully you soon too, all right? After all, it's so free to join, to be a part of the community member. Literally, all you have to do is be a self-proclaimed community member. I consider all of Kokoropsyche's followers community members. And then when the website launches, you'll be able to create a free account there so you can have access to our resources, participate in our forums, and submit things on our website for Off the Chest. So that's why I said it's free to join, and I hope you'll join soon. Our submissions are received and respected. No topic is unwelcomed, and all we ask is that, aside from you being respectful, of course, please, is for you to be your authentic self as you get it off the chest. So today we have a submission from a special lady in my life. It was a surprise that she gave me the submission. We're just now getting submissions because we just opened the door for them. So they're coming in slowly, but they're coming in. All right. Don't sleep on us. And this submission is from a lady named Lily, who I love very, very much. She also happens to be my mother. And her submission says, I believe that trust in yourself allows for what's emanating in your heart to be released. In this society, we're very good at wearing masks, afraid of expressing how we truly feel. Living in your truth may sound like it's philosophical or a serious topic, but truly it's not. It's self-awareness, and it's a strong sense of self. In a world dominated by public and private personas, it can be difficult to embrace your true inner self. But standing in your truth allocates an open door to freedom. Okay, mama, hold on, she talking. We don't realize that by not being true to ourselves, we are deprived from what we should value most, self-love. I say, stand in your truth and maintain your integrity. Love and light, Lily. Thank you for that submission. I mean, that was an amazing introduction to this episode in itself. I mean, must I really say anything else? That was beautiful, Mom. Thank you for that. And yes, absolutely. I agree with everything you said, especially regarding the whole public and private persona. That can be so toxic. Sometimes, of course, it's necessary. You know, in this world, you can't give your 100% to everybody. You kind of have to protect yourself and shelter certain things, but that can also become toxic in the way in which you're doing it and the intention behind it. So really, that submission was amazing, and just thank you for sharing it. Thank you for keeping it real. And if you guys would like to be featured, send us your submission on IG for right now. Because the website's not public, we're accepting submissions via DM. So follow us on IG at Kokoropsyche and send us a DM with the headliner off the chest. You can ask questions, share an accomplishment, or seek advice. Anything is welcomed, and thank you for being a part of the community. And without further ado, we're hopping straight into the episode. How to be yourself. The power of standing in your truth. All right, so I have written down here, what does the power of standing in your truth mean to me? The power of standing in your truth means to me, it means freedom. It means breaking the barriers that were forced upon you. It means outlining what life means to you and going with that outline. You know, it means speaking up when someone hurts you, because that's not okay. And you need to create that boundary for yourself. It means taking that boundary and using it to your advantage. So for instance, we have all been in a moment where there was someone of higher power above us, maybe even like a boss or something. Well, just because they're your boss doesn't mean they can talk to you however way they please. Even if you feel like, I need this job. Standing in your truth and owning that power is knowing that you can get another one, baby. And that life is limitless. And it may sound hard, but you can create for yourself whatever you desire. The power of standing in your truth means that even like with the perspectives of parents, understanding that just because I'm a disappointment to you doesn't mean I'm a disappointment to me. All right? It's not my fault you had this life plan laid out for how you expected me to live, be, speak, and behave. Just because you birthed me doesn't mean you own me. Power standing in your truth means you are creating what you desire for yourself. You're not wasting time. You're not trying to prove and validate yourself to other people. You're living in your own tone. You're saying, to hell with the opinions, unconstructive, of course. We like constructive criticism, but to hell with your opinions and your perspectives and your toxic advice. The power of standing in your truth is the decision to just be you. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. So in this episode, we're going to talk about, some ways in which you could do that, what that would look like. And so I have right here, it's not your job to make other people happy. Let's talk about it. If any of y'all are out there like me, I'm just now getting out of that, but I was an absolute people pleaser. Like, to the point where I'm putting my happiness on the back burner and literally stressing and overthinking about someone else's happiness and their perception of me and if I'm good enough and blah, 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 blah. Like, that is horrible. Don't do that to yourself. Do not do that to yourself. It's not your job to make other people happy because it's impossible, honestly. I mean, I get it. How is it impossible? I mean, you can make people happy by doing good things for them. Yeah, duh. But I'm talking about deeper than surface level happiness. The only person who can make somebody happy is themselves. Only you can make yourself happy. Only they can make themselves happy. And so I know a lot of times, me personally, I'm just getting out of this ideal of wanting to prove, how good of a person I am or how smart I am or how well I can do or I can be. Wanting to see the look on people's faces of them being so proud of me. But then you have to stop and go, now, what the hell? Why is all that power going into other people instead of myself? When is the last time I literally asked myself, are you proud of yourself? Are you happy for yourself? Because at the end of the day, that is all that matters. And I'm sure we've all heard that before. Like, yeah. But no, seriously, think about it. The only thing that matters most is you feeling comfortable in your skin. You being proud of your accomplishments. You go to sleep at the end of the night with your own mind. All right? We don't have soul partners that just embody in our body together and we can just kumbaya together. No, you're alone. And you build connections with people over time, yes. And you learn which ones are the right ones and which ones aren't, because life is trial and error. But the best connection and the most important connection you need to instill is the connection with yourself. Literally. The connection literally with your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. And it's not as extensive as it sounds. It's actually pretty easy, way easier than trying to please other people, that's for sure. And so that's the first food for thought. Who gives a damn about making other people happy? What matters most is that you're making yourself happy and that you're being a good person and that you remain pure in your intention. And I swear the rest will follow naturally and effortlessly. Next, I have, you're the only one who is affected by every single decision you make. So that's so funny because I was just getting into that. Hello. Why would you be making decisions for other people, trying to please them, trying to make them proud? They're not the one who goes to that school. You are. They're not the one who clocks into that job. You do. They're not the one who's living in that city. You do. So, hello? It's time that you put yourself first and take care of yourself. You know what you need to do? It's time for you to start loving yourself the way you're loving everybody else around you. You care about everybody else around you. Or, maybe you're like everybody. No, not every. Okay, I'm pretty sure you got one or two people. All right, maybe just one. And most of us, we care more about the results and our actions for them than we do for ourselves. And so I truly encourage you to just take a step back and just, am I okay? Okay, I am okay. Am I happy? A little bit. Okay. You need to ask yourself these questions. And I ain't trying to advertise, but that's why Kokoropsyche got a bunch of free healing guides on our website for you to ask yourself these questions and to guide you to figuring out who you are, who you want to be and why you want to be it. And then you might even find out who you think you want to be isn't even who you really want to be. I'm just saying. So, big on you're the only one affected by every decision you make. So it's about time you start connecting the two. How is this going to affect me? Is it going to elevate me? Is it going to bring me down? Why am I settling? Ask yourself some of those questions. I'm just saying. All right. Next. People project their own problems and insecurities. Don't allow their baseless words to define you. Oh my God. I think that took me like 19 years to grasp. When I tell you that high school probably butchered my heart and mind, not my mind, that's over exaggerating. My heart for sure. I mean, people can be mean. And it's so weird because it's like, I never understood, how that could be, how you could feel comfortable, inflicting pain on other people, until I understood that it was all projection and it's all just people going through their own pain. And instead of being relational and forming a sense of community and love, they rather just hurt the next person and let the cycle of pain continue. Oh goodness, I do not agree with that at all. So when you kind of learn how to do that, and I'm speaking to all my people out here, young and old, sometimes it takes us longer to accept this, but to hell with their opinions. It does not matter. They are literally projecting their own misery, their own problems, and their own insecurities onto you. I can't tell you how many times I cry to myself and to my mom, like, why are people saying this about me? I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know what I did to deserve this. Why is the world so mean? But it's not. I swear to you, it's not. And if you're thinking any of that, please know that it's not. There's a lot of mean people in the world. But that don't mean the world's mean. You just have to change your perspective, change your mindset, and change your environment. Also, change your inner strength. Grow it, in my opinion. Gain that strength in yourself, because in strengthening yourself, you know that no one else can take that away from you. No one else can define you. Those words become truly baseless. And you shine through all the criticism and through all the negativity. You know who you are. And that is what's most important, because newsflash, honey, a lot of people don't know who they are. And I literally mean that. A lot of people are modeling their lives based on everyone else or social media, this, that, and the third. They don't know who they are. And then they go through life not knowing who they are, not trying to face that fact. Boom, you're 35. Boom, you're 55. Boom, you're 70. And you're just now saying, wow, what did I do with my life? No one deserves to go through that. You don't deserve to wake up one day 50 years from now like, why did I never take control? Why did I never know that none of those people mattered? Only I mattered. So I'm here to tell you now, I'm here to challenge you now to rethink your perspective, rethink your surroundings, reevaluate what you invite into your life and what you reject from your life, and always move forward. The next thing I have written is, the worst thing you could do is allow another person's opinions shape your life. All right, let's talk about it. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I hear this sentence that I wrote, I think of the opinions of family. Those are the opinions that dig deep. And if you know, you know. Oh, are you still in school? Oh, do you have a job yet? Oh, how much money are you making? Oh, what happened to such and such? Oh, this, oh, that, oh, that, oh, that, oh, that. Isn't it funny how these, quote, wellness checks, end quote, never really check on wellness? And I say that by meaning we have those family members that love to ask about things we don't want to be asked about. But they never ask, how is your mind, sweetie? How is your heart? How have you been mentally? Are you proud of yourself? You should be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. Are you following your dreams? If not, I hope you figure out a way that you can do that. No, you don't get that. You just get them asking questions about a life they want you to live and why you ain't started living it yet. I do not have time for that, and neither should you. Don't let other people's opinions shape your life. People gonna opinionate to the day we leave this world, and even after the fact. Oh, Lord have mercy. And there is nothing we can do about that but say, to hell with your opinions. All I need is surety in myself and guidance from God, myself, and the universe. And I know that I'm going to be all right. All right. Next I have, and by the way, these are all things off the dome. These are not things I Googled. So please don't think that. I actually posted these bullet points on the Kokoropsyche page, and I thought that they were perfect for this episode, so that's why I have them, just pre-ready. But the next one I have is, there will always be somebody that doesn't like you. It's your job to not give a damn. And so I'm not going to go too deep into that, because I feel like we already kind of addressed how that goes in the prior points. But yes, it's your job to not care. Don't care. Who cares? They're unhappy souls. Because, at the end of the day, if you truly find yourself sitting around and talking down on somebody else, you are projecting. Figure out what it is. Figure out what it is. Please. Is it jealousy? Are you not content with your life right now? Well, figure out a way to be content. Figure out a way to get what you want. Instead of saying, oh, why do they have it? See, or why don't I have it? See, how can I get it? Change your mind and stop hurting other people. Heal yourself. Next I have, you can end up pursuing other people's goals instead of your own. And there's no happiness in that. And so when I hear that, that ties directly to the prior point of families' opinions. Some families, they're really big on school. You need to go to school. You need to go to school. You need to get your master's. You got your bachelor's. That's not good enough. You need to get your master's. You get your master's. That's not good enough. You need to get your PhD. You get your PhD. Or when are you going to start working? Oh my God. That's why you cannot live for other people. You will burn yourself out. And that's just one example of, if you're not careful, you're going to start living out other people's goals instead of your own. Another example would be, here we go, social media. All right. There's this tone of acquiring wealth, which we all deserve to want, right? But a lot of people don't even know what that looks like in their lives. They're just going off of what's thrown in their face, and they're just like, yeah, I want that. Well, maybe you don't want exactly that. Maybe there could be, a different variation of that you want. When's the last time you sat down and had a conversation with yourself? Literally. Figure out what you want, not what everybody else wants. What do you want? You could accidentally wake up one day in a life that you don't even recognize, let alone love. And nobody deserves that fate. Nobody. And last, and of course, my favorite one, instead of putting all your energy into other people, you need to be putting it into yourself. Now, I think I said that earlier, but I'm going to dive just a little deeper and quickly. That validation that you want from other people, that respect that you want from other people, that kindness that you want from other people, you need to be giving it to yourself. The way you go out of your way for other people at school or at work or in your home, for your spouse or for your parents or even for your children, you need to put that energy into yourself. Because if you really think about it, we we, 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 But I personally feel like we don't go in as hard for other people as we do for ourselves. It's a norm to not take care of yourself. It's kind of really weird. So I just challenge you all to literally stop back and think about all the energy you put in everyone around you. And think about what could happen and how your life could change if you just started putting all of that and then some into yourself. I guarantee you would become a force to be reckoned with. I want you to know that you do all of these things that I've stated when you finally decide to stop living for other people. When you finally decide to put yourself first. Putting yourself first is the most selfish thing you could do. Literally, selfish thing. I hate to call it selfish because it's not. When you put yourself first, you nurture yourself and you grow your potential. And you're able to show up better in other people's lives. Why show up as a depleted soul when you can show up as your best self because you're putting yourself first and you can give the people you love a better version of you? I mean, it really makes sense if you think about it. Stand in your truth. It's time to shun the silence. Take control of your life. Because it is yours. It is yours. And you deserve to wake up every morning excited for the day, for the life that you created and the day that you are about to experience. Confident in knowing that you've put yourself in a place that you've dreamed of. Or at least you're on the road to your dreams and you feel it coming. You see the accomplishments. You're truly happy. Do it for you. You want that degree? Get it because you want it. You want to start that business? Do it because you want to. Not because you want to show it off. Bruh, you already starting off bad. Why are you caring about showing off? Like, stop showing off. Savor your moments. I'm not saying don't be proud. But if you're not careful, that comes from a place of validation, a need for social validation, which honestly, we can't even get into in this episode. So all in all, what is the power of standing in your truth? It's the power of being yourself and not allowing anybody to take that away from you. Listen, all I'm saying is, if you're not careful, you could quite literally end up living someone else's life. Their beliefs, their goals, their accomplishments, it's theirs, not yours. Happiness is very barren down that road. I suggest you don't take it. Find your own voice, your own passions, your own purpose. Thrive in the power of your truth. All right, guys, I think that's my closure for today. And I want to let you guys know, maybe there's some people who didn't align with some of the things I said, and that's okay. You're not meant to always agree with everything somebody says, and maybe you didn't align with it today, but you'll be able to understand it and align with it differently later on in your future. It's all right either way it goes. My hope is that I can just create a sense of courage and power and enlightenment in whomever's ears I happen to reach. And so I'm going to leave you guys with a quote. And this quote states, "I'd rather die in my truth than live in lies." I absolutely love that quote. Now, I definitely paraphrased it, so I can't say who it's from because I don't remember. But I've always had that quote in my mind, and heck yes, I want to live in my truth. I'm not trying to live a life of lies. What about you? Life's slippery, so I'm hoping that trust is being established for you guys to be able to take my hand. I'm incredibly honored and deeply thrilled to be raising awareness and nurturing the connections between the mind, body, and soul with you. I know how valuable your time is, and I appreciate you for allowing yourself to spend some time with me. The goal is balance within. So I say, let's heal together. I'll see you guys next week. Please note that this podcast or any other resources from Kokoropsyche.com should not be replaced with professional mental health care. If you feel you would benefit, please reach out to a provider in your area. Have a beautifully blessed and purposeful day, and thank you for supporting Kokoropsyche.com.